You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
So here's the big headline. U.S. tariffs on Indian goods have now been cranked up to a steep 50%. This isn't just a trade scuffle, it's a full-blown storm, and unfortunately, India has landed in the vengeance category. Partly because of its dealings with Russia, these tariffs are designed to bite, and bite hard, especially since the U.S. buys about 20% of India's goods exports. With such a heavy tax, those exports could shrink, and GDP growth might take a hit by 0.5 to 1%. When tariffs like this hit, they don't just make life expensive. They make your goods uncompetitive. Countries like Vietnam, China, Thailand, and South Korea suddenly start looking like better deals for American buyers. Economists are already warning that our exporters can't easily find replacement markets to make up for the U.S. loss. And when exports slide, markets notice. Indian equity valuations suddenly seem expensive, and hopes of escaping unscathed are fading fast. Now, it's tempting to hope diplomacy will come to the rescue during the current 21-day negotiation window. Maybe Washington eases off. Maybe penalties get trimmed. But you can't build an investment strategy on maybe. Investors have to assess the impact as it stands now. Experts suggest avoiding sectors heavily dependent on U.S. demand, IT services for example. Because even indirect effects from global trade tensions can hurt. Here's the tricky part. The worst reaction is panic. India's economy, despite being capital-hungry, tends to attract foreign investment over time. Yes, we may see outflows or market turbulence, but structural growth drivers are still intact. Past history shows markets can surprise in both directions. Bill Clinton once celebrated a booming U.S. economy, only for the following decade to disappoint investors, while Barack Obama's bleak economic speech in 2009 preceded one of the best bull runs in U.S. stock history. Still, riding this tariff dragon won't be easy. Domestic consumption is already soft, so revving it up becomes crucial. Export-oriented sectors may call for government support, but rather than relying on subsidies, companies will need to innovate and compete. Investors, meanwhile, might have to revisit the truth-to-price ratio of stocks. Are companies really worth what the market says they are? And sometimes, the wisest approach is to admit what we don't know. As Robin Williams once wrote in his macroeconomics paper, "I really don't know, sir." That's not defeat. It's recognition that markets, like dragons, can't be fully tamed, only ridden with caution, patience, and a steady grip. Stay subscribed for more videos.